Action! Yo, what up guys, RA Gold, Chosen Energy. This preach is based on June 11th, 2019 preach that I made on IGTV. I made the extended version, but I made the most simple error on YouTube, or as a YouTuber. I should just jump from the flash memory to the iCloud on my iMac or external drive, which is literally outside of the thing, and then I just like wiped the whole thing out because it's only like 64 gig. But this time what I did was I made my IGTV version, which is the one that you already saw on the IGTV yesterday night. I dropped it like right around 1 in the morning, and then I just like erased the whole thing just because I was clearing up my program, my FCP, Final Cut Pro X. And while I was doing so, I literally wiped the whole thing off, not remembering that I did not finish the last part of editing to actually just kind of, just like another like 8 minutes left for me to just to upload to YouTube as the extended version of the June 11th, 2019 preach. So that said, I'm going to just go ahead and just kind of go off of like what I read and just kind of more like talk about it based on points, just so that you guys can get like whatever I talked about on IGTV in a brief, more kind of a curated way, as well as some extra footage that I did not include and no longer have, which is kind of a lesson for me to learn that I usually like I've always dropped my stuff into my external drive first, and then or iCloud, so it's saved before I wipe my memory card from the camera. This time I just wiped the whole thing because it was late. That's what happens when you like do stuff at very late hours. You do stuff that you don't realize. So that's a lesson for me to learn. That's every YouTuber's nightmare, to erase content that was so original and well done, you know. But anyways, but it wasn't that great. I mean, it didn't miss much. So I'm just gonna go off of what I left off in the other thing, which I was talking about chemtrails. This time I'm just gonna do something new. I'm going to actually continue from the IGTV where I left off, which we're talking about the chemtrails and everything else and how they are. And it's a really good topic to talk about, and this way you can actually learn more about the chemtrails. And if you want to watch the actual preach, you can watch it on my Instagram. There's a video and there's also a post with the entire scripted, like what I discussed in my in that day's video, in that day's preach. So that's it. I'm just gonna jump on and just talk about the chemtrails. So this whole thing is gonna be mostly about chemtrails, but it's also gonna be about us also the waking up from the matrix and living more wirelessly, so we will allow wireless energy from the sun to actually come down to us and actually give us the energy upgrade that we need by DNA, by health, by our carbon bodies to crystalline, by upgrading our skin, which is our biggest organ, from carbon to crystalline, which is already happening as we speak. I already feel more lighter than ever. I've been told from people, I've been asked if I'm like having the Benjamin buttoning happening because I'm feeling more younger than I was 10 years ago. It is funny, it is literally like as if I'm becoming a baby. Did I say that on camera? Yeah, I did. I'm becoming like more of like my inner youth than I was when I was, you know, there. But anyway, my point is like the sun is giving us this really magical thing. So before I talk about the sun, or maybe I should just start to talk about the sun, but before I do is I want to just kind of to make sure that I clarify this, so the video will actually have a really good beginning, since you did not check out the whole IGTV, most likely if you're watching this outside of Instagram. So pretty much the chemtrails that we see every day, whether it's over LA, over Miami, over New York, over Texas, over any city or state that is populated, and that also not just US. I believe it's also all over the world. I'm just not sure which country because I haven't done research. But I know LA is the most popular one because we have the most, it's like we have the biggest shadow government over like the United States. So, and LA is considered like their kind of like their Rome, you know. It used to be New York, no offense to anybody from New York or East Coast, but now I've been told that the new Rome of the world is LA. So that's why everything's happening here. And actually like in a broader sense like US. Anyways, so this chemtrails, what's happening is the sun is at its state right now because we're at the end of the 28,000 year cycle. It is a time when the Earth goes through an upgrade, and it's kind of like it raises its like density, its dimension, its vibration, if you want to put it that way. We're actually moving to a higher part of the galaxy, which requires higher density and higher dimension of beings. That is the reason why we are now more healthy. We crave healthy food, vegan, vegetarian. We eat less meat, and we literally stop meat organically. We don't even have to force. We don't enjoy cigarettes anymore as much. We don't crave any kind of extra stimulants. I know many people that literally quit alcohol because they don't resonate with that anymore, and many people have quit weed, cigarettes, have alcohol, meat, all this stuff pretty much. So, and the reason why, because as the sun is now, as our earth is like raising its vibration, it's raising its consciousness, the people on it are also raising their consciousness. That is the reason why people are literally raising their vibration to the point that they're actually craving meditation, literally like meditating without feeling like it's a chore. It's almost like it's becoming their breakfast or lunch. Like, okay, morning breakfast, meditate, or before or after. I'm usually before. And then after dinner meditate, and then before sleep meditate. People are doing this because their DNA is being upgraded, so therefore they are more intelligent. Their IQs are being raised up as they're eating healthy, living healthy, working out, gym, yoga, hiking. They're literally doing this more and more often. Now, if you go to any gym in the world, the ones that actually have like a big population, the gyms are packed with people. The yoga places are packed. Like, you have to just call to reserve before you isn't as packed. Like everything, people are more aware. They're living more mindfully, and it's not just because they just happens to be that way. It's because the sun is emitting these really powerful energies that is like just kind of like being casted all over us, like kind of like these magical spells, and that's actually upgrading our bodies, from carbon to crystalline. It's upgrading our DNA, our IQs, our minds, our brain, our body, our health. It's upgrading our intelligence, so we're becoming more higher intelligent beings. That is the reason why many of us are now more happier for no reason, because we are raising our consciousness and we are realizing how living simple is the key, and living to make money is the opposite, because we are literally becoming more slaves to the system than free from it. So many people are just living for the minimal. They're happy with what they have. They are just like using that beautiful energy in the universe to create more. They're living more from a 4D template, which is like whatever you believe you create, instead of thinking about all that grind and hustle, like just like working their skins off, just like their health. Just they're more cautious and they're more precautious of everything. So, and that pretty much is what I kind of left off from the other preach that I kind of I hit the delete, and I honestly think it was meant to be. The key is to never show resistance. When this happened, and I could have lost it and said, oh my god, what's happening? But it gave me a reason to make this video more and speak more profoundly, because now it's already like past. So now I can already feel like when I'm talking right now, I'm more relaxed. Because yesterday I had like a few hours of sleep. The heat was there the whole night. I didn't sleep. I was on a 33% percentage based on my Whoop, my health app, my health device, which is really the best state of the art. So today I'm on 37, but I feel more like 55, which means like I'm on a perfect balance right now, and it's the perfect time for me to make a video, so, which is perfect, and we're almost reaching 10 minutes, so I'm going to just end it in like 5 minutes. I want to make it like 15 minutes tops. That's the best average. 20 minutes is a little too long. But then it's all about not controlling the minutes. It's all about just speaking whatever comes, and whenever you feel like you already set your part, whatever you do or have done your job, whether it's your life, your speech, your videos, your work, your passion, then just chill and let it be guided to you next. That's just a little key. I want to just put it out there. Okay. So pretty much with that said about us feeling all these things, let's just go back on the chemtrails. So these chemtrails are happening all over the countries, is because the government, the shadow government, and also our government, which is controlled by the shadow government. So it's kind of like it is the shadow government. It's not there because it's a shadow, just like literally, but it is there, totally. And they are literally paying these private pilots to fly these airplanes and just drop chemtrails, because they're realizing that the sun is actually raising our vibration, is upgrading our DNA, like I was just saying, is making us more wise, more healthy, more aware, more cautious, more mindful. Therefore, and it's also raising our consciousness, which is the best part, to a higher density. And that is the reason why they're making this chemtrail just come on and just kind of like just spray everywhere, because they want to make sure they don't lose control over us, and they want to make sure that we don't actually figure things out, that we are actually under control and our consciousness is like really advancing. And they know that if we literally unite with our consciousness as one, because as we raise our consciousness, we will more and more link up together naturally, because the laws of the universe, the way it works is, when people raise their consciousness, they literally become on the same wavelengths. Think of it like all of us tuning into the same station on the radio, then all of us can hear the same music, right? If we're literally raising all of our energy together as masses, even if it's like a million people or 10 million people, let's say, not even 7.5 billion, then what we're really doing is we are able to connect on the same frequency, and the frequency is the radio, and kind of like hear the same song together, and the song will be the message that we are powerful as united conscious spiritual beings, which is also known as the social complex. So as long as we are together with our thoughts and our consciousness, and as we raise our consciousness, we will be inevitably, like, we will link to each other, because we will literally have the same thoughts. Let's say we will all think about saving the earth. We will all think about ascension. We will all think about living healthy. We will all think about being vegan. We will all think about using less of the natural resources, working more on our bodies, because self-health is really important for the future, because during ascension we need to be light bodies, like very light, not heavy, and just be very sharp, type of that focus. So all of us will have that knowledge together, because all of us will be raised from the sun's beautiful energy and the universe, and we will all link up together on the same level. We will literally have the same understanding of what we need to do. Therefore, the government is really scared, the shadow government, that we may actually get to that point. Therefore, they're actually doing these chemtrails all over spring, all over LA, New York, Miami, Texas, Seattle, many places that are popular, even like Chicago, Illinois in US. And they're doing this just to make sure that the sun doesn't get to us, because as long as we have chemtrails, think of it as like putting barriers between us and the sun being the most potent, highest energy form in the whole world, in our star system at least, and in many galaxies and star clusters. It is considered the most powerful energy, also a higher, like it's not just heat, it's embedded with intelligence, with ascension, with higher density energy rays, which are literally, they're just giving off from the sun every single day. That's the reason why we're noticing the sun is becoming more white than yellow, because it's about to have the solar flash, which in many like religious books, whatever like religious you are in, or if you've been trained about it, it doesn't really mean that you have to be religious. Whatever you have learned based on your religion, or based on your ethnic background, or your parents, whatever they've told you, or your country, it's all happening all over again, because it's happening every 28,000 years. So when this happens, the solar flash that I was just saying, it happens usually when the sun becomes super white, and it just literally just not explodes, but just it gives up this really massive, not just one but a few really huge, like catastrophic, like really huge solar flashes, which will create earthquakes, tornadoes. But that's just because the energy is so powerful that it actually kind of almost gets integrated with Earth and its natural resources, and it's a natural kind of habitat, That is the reason why it is really important that we allow the sun to raise our vibration to a crystalline bodies, because when we go through ascension, we need to be on that level of consciousness and that level of the vibration in order for the sun, the solar flash, to resonate with us, so we'll be able to ascend to the higher Earth. And we're just not going to be a different Earth, it's going to be at the same Earth, but it's going to be everyone living in like heaven, kind of. It's going to be like everything is going to be euphoric. Everyone is going to understand everyone. There's going to be no financial system, no monetary, no gains, no like lust, no like pretty much nothing evil. It's all going to be peace, love, no control. Like we control our lives. We just share the love. We just love each other. We just live peacefully, no wars. So the government, the shadow governments, they're actually afraid that this will happen, because when this happens, they will literally dissolve in thin air, because our energy will be so high that they will not make it, because as the energies come in from the sun, they're not going to be no longer viable with that energy. So therefore they're going to like fade away, just like almost like they don't even belong in a movie set. It's like kind of like a bunch of people that have no idea how to act, and that's the shadow government, being thrown inside a movie as a prop, as an extra, and then expecting them to act. They can't, because they don't resonate with that same energy. So as we raise our vibration collectively as one with the sun giving us this beautiful energy, and just like us all sharing the same health, wealth, and no matter what, I don't really mean money, but I mean the knowledge, the intelligence, Therefore, we will, when the ascension is here, we will literally be able to just pick up and just ascend to the 4th dimension or even the 5th, as depending on where we are right now as humans. Like some of us are already living on the 4th. But yeah, so that is the reason why the chemtrails are there. So if you assume that the chemtrails were there to just kind of poison us, I mean, they're literally there to dumb us down, same time to block us from the sun getting to us and making us intelligent, because they are making our minds almost like our pineal glands kind of like not calcify anymore, because the calcification is already happening in our foods, in the water that we shower under, in the water that we drink. That's the reason why I always drink the alkaline. It's literally everywhere. But what they're doing now is even like a next level, where they're actually making sure that the sun that is trying to help us and kind of like clear all the calcification from the calcium and from the chlorine, it's literally helping us to actually clear this, so that we'll be able to actually ascend and raise our the vibration and consciousness and actually spiritually awaken. Because the most ultimate thing that the sun is doing to the masses is awakening everyone, attempting to spiritually awaken everyone, because that's what it is, main thing. And while it's doing so, as soon as we wake up, every single one of us spiritually will we will only be on the path of ascension and on the path of spiritual awakening. And therefore, with that, we will be able to naturally and organically, as we are spiritually waking up, we'll be able to do things that will raise our vibrations, like eating healthy, gym, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our planet, not living so selfish and more selfless. And that alone will raise the vibration, and we will enjoy and share this beautiful consciousness together, sponsored and given by the sun, for us to match the frequency and the energy that is required of us during ascension. And that is the reason why it is so imperative to, in every possible way, make everyone aware, like whoever you know, that the chemtrails, what they are. If we put our minds together and we collectively know this knowledge, they will no longer be able to practice this, because we can then say no more chemtrails, as oneness, as unity, as a unified group, as a unified collective consciousness. If we just say no to chemtrails, or just think of them like not even existing in our playing field, in our skies, they will literally diminish, because our energy will override their practice. And let's say the private contractors, the pilots, the airplanes will not work anymore, or something will happen. In some way, the universe will handle the rest, as long as we collectively just stick together and say that whatever we want, it's going to happen, and we are aware. And as long as we are aware that the chemtrails are this, and how good the sun is, so we can go out in the sun more, and the kind of 10, maybe 20 minutes a day, that really helps, at least like twice a day, if not 3 times. And that will allow us to get as much as we can, like before, in between the chemtrails. And that will literally be the ultimate way for us to be ready for ascension, and for us to raise our consciousness and live more happy lives starting now. It doesn't have to be when the ascension is here. And it will allow us to live like we are in euphoria already, and as we live in a euphoric template, in a euphoric way and life, then that life will come to us during ascension, and we will just continue just by kind of the living over like a frog, and just living that beautiful life that we always dreamed of. And that's about it, guys. That's pretty much what I wanted to tell you, and it was the lid, but I'm glad I actually made this video again, because I feel like I've covered more than I did last time, because last time I was really not on my A game. This time I was, I think so, at least. But you'll be the judge, of course. And thank you for watching. This is Ari, aka Chosen. Have a beautiful, amazing, super Thursday, because I might upload today. And also have a beautiful, actually it's today's Wednesday. Yeah, anyways, yeah. But if you're watching this on Wednesday or Thursday, then have an amazing, beautiful Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever day you're watching this. And have an amazing, beautiful day, or whatever day you are watching this. And make sure you spread the love, because this is the only way that we can actually regain our power and consciously evolve and be mindful and live healthy, starting right now, and also have something to look forward to, like ascension, which is going to be bringing heaven back to earth the way it was before we got here, as people, as humans. And that's about it, guys. Much love, peace. Now the slow motion. Stay vibey. Bye.